hello and a very warm welcome viewers. You're watching this special edition of Sansad TV on the winter session of Parliament 2021. The session had 18 sittings spread over a period of 24 days. During the session, 13 bills were introduced and 11 bills were passed by both houses of Parliament, while Biological Diversity Amendment Bill was referred to Joint Committee and 5 bills were referred to the standing committees. In next 25 minutes, I will get you a roundup of all important developments, bills passed, reports tabled and the business transacted by Parliament of India. Come along. The winter session 2021 of Parliament commenced on Monday, 29 November 2021. Ahead of the commencement of the winter session, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the government was ready to discuss and reply to queries about all issues.
सरकार हर विषय पर चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार है, खुली चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार है। सरकार हर सवाल का जवाब देने के लिए तैयार है और आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव में हम ये भी चाहेंगे कि संसद में सवाल भी हो, संसद में शांति भी हो।
The session was scheduled to adjourn on Thursday, 23rd of December 2021, but was adjourned sine die on Wednesday, 22nd of December. The session was curtailed a day earlier than scheduled on completion of essential government business.
लोकसभा का प्रोडक्टिविटी अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 82% रहा है और राज्यसभा का अनफॉर्चुनेटली 47% रहा है। टोटल 13 बिल इंट्रोड्यूस किया है, 12 इन लोकसभा, 10 इन राज्यसभा। 9 बिल राज्यसभा में पारित हुआ है, 11 बिल लोकसभा में पारित हुआ है। ये 11 बिल में अप्रोप्रिएशन बिल भी है, demands on supplementary demands on grant.
18 sittings were held and Lok Sabha sat for 83 hours and 20 minutes. Lok Sabha lost 18 hours and 48 minutes to disruptions. The House sat late for 18 hours and 11 minutes to complete listed business during the session. The productivity of the Lok Sabha during the winter session was 82%. The performance of Lok Sabha on 2nd December 2021 was 204%. 91 start questions out of 360 were orally answered in the House during the session. Answers to 4,140 unstart questions were laid on the table of the House. On 20th December 2021, all 20 start questions were listed for the day were covered. Besides, 380 matters of public importance were raised under Rule 377. 94.68% e-notices were received as compared to 93.5% during the previous session. 563 matters of urgent public importance were also raised in the House during 0 hour. On 9 December 2021, 62 members sitting late in the House placed their subjects before the House during 0 hour. Of these, 29 were women members. 0 hour was held for a total of 8 days and averaged 1 hour 51 minutes per day. Standing committees presented 45 reports to the House and 50 statements, including 3 statements of the Parliamentary Affairs on business of the House, were made during the session. A total number of 2,658 papers were laid on the table of the House. 2 short duration discussions, one pertaining to COVID-19 global pandemic and another on climate change, were held during the session. The short duration discussion on climate change will continue during the next session as well. A total of 99 members participated in the 12 hours, 26 minutes discussion on COVID-19 global pandemic. 61 members participated in the short duration discussion on climate change. During the session, 145 bills on various subjects were introduced by private members.
वर्तमान सत्र के दौरान 12 सरकारी विधेयक पुनर्स्थापित किए गए, 9 विधेयक पारित हुए। तारांकित प्रश्नों के मौखिक उत्तर दिए गए। 20 दिसंबर को 20 तारांकित प्रश्नों को पूरी सूची को कवर किया गया। सभा का कुल कार्य निष्पादन 82% रहा। वर्तमान सत्र में कार्य के लिए आवंटित कुल समय में से व्यवधान के कारण 18 घंटे 48 मिनट का समय व्यर्थ हुआ।
Rajya Sabha clocked a productivity of approximately 48% during the 18 sittings of winter session. Out of the total scheduled sitting time of 95 hours 6 minutes, the House could transact business only for 45 hours and 34 minutes. A total of 49 hours 32 minutes were lost due to the persistent disruptions and forced adjournments. The time lost amounts to 52.08% of the available time. The question hour has been the worst hit, with 60.60% of the total question hour time available having been lost as forfeited on account of disruptions. Question hour could not be taken up at all on 7 of the 18 sittings. 10 bills were passed by the Rajya Sabha during the winter session, while the discussion on the appropriation bill, scheduled to be concluded on the last day, was not taken up. A total time of 21 hours, 7 minutes were spent on discussing the government bills, including the appropriation bill, accounting for 46.50% of the functional time of the House. 127 interventions were made by the members in these debates. During the winter period, 7 department-related standing committees of Rajya Sabha held a total of 19 meetings over a total duration of 28 hours and 36 minutes. These committees have clocked an average duration of 1 hour 32 minutes and an average attendance of about 51% in these meetings. In the upper house, 12 members were suspended from the winter session on the very first day, following a motion brought by the government. The members were suspended for alleged unruly conduct towards the end of the monsoon session in August, when marshals were called after opposition members stormed into the well of the House during the passage of the General Insurance Business Nationalisation Amendment Bill 2021. Meanwhile, one member was suspended on the second last day of the winter session for unruly behaviour.
I don't want to speak elaborately on the course of this session, as it would lead to me to make a very critical view. Statistics regarding various aspects of functioning of the House during this session will be released to media to wider dissemination.
As the session saw repeated disruptions, presiding officers of both the Houses of Parliament urged the members to introspect and asserted that agreements and disagreements on issues may be reflected in debates and not through disruptions. Emphasizing that democracy in India is a way of life, Speaker Om Birla called upon the leaders of political parties and members to work in the direction of strengthening democracy and democratic institutions. Noting that smooth conduct of the House is the responsibility of all the stakeholders, the Speaker said that House must be run in accordance with the collective will and consensus. Speaking on the differences of views of political parties on several issues, Speaker Om Birla said that such differences are natural in a functional democracy, but they need to be reflected in the form of healthy debates. He appealed to the members not to resort to disruptive tactics in the House.
जब कभी व्यवधान होता है उस समय भी दल के नेताओं से बुलाकर बातचीत की जाती है, कभी समाधान निकलता है, कभी समाधान नहीं निकलता, लेकिन लोकतंत्र के अंदर सहमति असहमति हमारी लोकतंत्र की विशेषता है। मेरी कोशिश रहती है कि महत्वपूर्ण विषयों पर, महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दों पर, महत्वपूर्ण विधेयकों पर आपस में चर्चा हो, संवाद हो।
Meanwhile, Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu expressed his concern and unhappiness over the functioning of the House during the winter session. In his brief valedictory remarks, Chairman Naidu urged the members to collectively reflect and individually introspect on the way the session has gone by.
I am not happy to share with you the House functioned much below its potential. I urge all of you to collectively and individually reflect and introspect if this session could have been different and better.
Several of the important bills were passed, including 3 ordinances replacing bills. The House also passed the Farm Laws Repeal Bill 2021.
In the view of protests by a group of farmers and in order to take everyone together on the path of inclusive growth and development in the 75th year of India's independence, the bill was introduced and passed to repeal 3 farm laws, namely Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Insurance, Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance in Farm Services Act 2020, the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Act 2020, and the Essential Commodities Amendment Act 2020, passed by Parliament in September 2020, with the objective of overall development of farmers.
जो सदस्य विरोध में ना कहें, मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष में मंत्री जी विधेयक को पुनर्स्थापित करें।
मैं प्रस्ताव करता हूं कि लोकसभा द्वारा यथापारित कृषक सशक्तिकरण और संरक्षण, कीमत आश्वासन और कृषि सेवा पर करार विधेयक 2020, कृषक उपज व्यापार और वाणिज्य संवर्धन और सरलीकरण विधेयक 2020, आवश्यक वस्तु संशोधन विधेयक 2020 का निरसन और आवश्यक वस्तु अधिनियम 1955 का संशोधन करने वाले विधेयक पर विचार किया जाए।
The Dam Safety Bill 2021 was passed, which provides for surveillance, inspection, operation and maintenance of the specified dams for prevention of dam failure and disasters and to provide for institutional mechanism to ensure their safe functioning.
मैं प्रस्ताव करता हूं कि बांध संबंधी विफलता से संबंधित आपदाओं के निवारण के लिए विनिर्दिष्ट बांधों की निगरानी, निरीक्षण, प्रचालन और अनुरक्षण का उपबंध करने और उसके सुरक्षित कार्यक्रम को सुनिश्चित करने के लिए संस्थागत क्रियाविधि और उससे संबंधित या उनके आनुषंगिक विषयों का उपबंध करने वाले विधेयक को पुनर्स्थापित करने की अनुमति दी जाए।
The Assisted Reproductive Technology Regulations Bill 2021 provides for establishment of the National Board, the State Boards and the National Registry for the regulation and supervision of the Assisted Reproductive Technology Clinics and the Assisted Reproductive Technology Banks, prevention of misuse, safe and ethical practice of assisted reproductive technology services. Meanwhile, the Surrogacy Regulation Bill 2021 provides for regulation of surrogacy services in the country to prohibit the potential exploitation of surrogate mothers and to protect the rights of children born through surrogacy.
माननीय मंत्री जी प्रस्ताव करेंगे कि लोकसभा द्वारा यथापारित सरोगेसी विधेयक 2019 में राज्यसभा द्वारा किए गए संशोधनों पर विचार किया जाए।
I rise to move that the amendments made by the Rajya Sabha in Surrogacy Regulation Bill 2019 as passed by the Rajya Sabha be taken into consideration.
प्रश्न यह है कि लोकसभा द्वारा यथापारित सरोगेसी विनियमन विधेयक 2019 में राज्यसभा द्वारा किए गए संशोधन संख्या 1 से 57 पर विचार किया जाए। जो सदस्य पक्ष में वो हाँ कहें, जो सदस्य विरोध में वो ना कहें। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष में हुआ, प्रस्ताव स्वीकृत हुआ। संशोधनों को सभा के मतदान के लिए रखने से पूर्व मैं सदन के संज्ञान में लाना चाहता हूं कि राज्यसभा ने संशोधन संख्या 32 के द्वारा खंड 7 के तथा संशोधन संख्या 36 के द्वारा 2 नए खंड 13 के तथा 13 ख लोकसभा द्वारा यथापारित सरोगेसी विनियमन विधेयक 2019 में जोड़े हैं। अब माननीय मंत्री जी प्रस्ताव करें कि लोकसभा द्वारा यथापारित सरोगेसी विनियमन विधेयक 2019 में राज्यसभा द्वारा किए गए संशोधनों से सभा सहमत हो।
Chairman sir, I move that the amendments made by the Rajya Sabha be agreed to.
प्रश्न है कि लोकसभा द्वारा यथापारित सरोगेसी विनियमन विधेयक 2019 में राज्यसभा द्वारा किए गए संशोधनों से सभा सहमत हो। जो सदस्य पक्ष में है वो हाँ कहें, जो सदस्य विरोध में है वो ना कहें। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष में हुआ, प्रस्ताव स्वीकृत हुआ तथा लोकसभा द्वारा यथापारित सरोगेसी विनियमन विधेयक 2019 में राज्यसभा द्वारा किए गए संशोधनों से सभा सहमत हुई। माननीय सदस्यगण, चूंकि विधेयक में कुछ नए खंड जोड़े गए हैं, इसलिए मैं निर्देश देता हूं कि परवर्ती खंडों का तदनुसार यथोपेक्षित पुनः नामांकन कर दिया जाए।
3 bills replacing the ordinances, namely the Central Vigilance Commission Amendment Ordinance 2021, the Delhi Special Police Establishment Amendment Ordinance 2021, and the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Amendment Ordinance 2021, which were promulgated by President before winter session, were considered and passed by both houses.
The extension again is going to be by the same process by which the appointment has been made. And who is there in the selection committee? For CBI, selection committee consists of Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Leader of Opposition in the Lok Sabha, and Chief Justice of Supreme Court. हमने इसकी सीमा तय कर दी, मैक्सिमम 5 साल, पहले तो थी ही नहीं.
The Election Laws Amendment Bill 2021 that provides for linking of electoral roll data with the Aadhaar ecosystem to curb the menace of multiple enrollment of the same person in different places was also passed.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is passed.
The High Court and the Supreme Court Judges' Salaries and Conditions of Service Amendment Bill 2021 that provides for benefit of additional quantum of pension to a retired judge for the first day of the month in which he completes the age specified was also passed.
The apprehension about the tenability of the bill, there's no issue at all. It is simple amendment just to make very clear that what is it means by saying 80 years and above. That means you have to exceed 80 years, not when you enter the 80 years. That means when you cross 70, 79. Aisa nahi hai. If every civil servant starts claiming on the basis of the High Court, Guwahati High Court judgment, then you can imagine what kind of situation we are likely to face. तो ये सब चीज़ को थोड़ा सा ब्रॉडली सोचते हुए हमको इसमें कोई विरोध करने का कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है. मैंने अभी रिसेंटली एक पत्र लिखा सब हाई कोर्ट के जजेस को कि जब आप नाम बेचते हैं, जजेस किसको बनाना है जब आप नाम बेचते हैं, उस समय इस चीज़ का याद रखा जाए कि जो वीकर सेक्शंस है, वुमेन है, एसटी, एससी, जो कमज़ोर वर्ग के हैं, उनको भी आप किसी तरह से रिकमेंडेशन नाम में सम्मिलित किया जाए. सर, जैसे हमारे और एक तो सदस्य मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है, उन्होंने कहा कि हम जो काम कर रहे हैं वो स्ट्राइक डाउन भी हो जाएगा, कोर्ट में इसका स्ट्राइक डाउन हो जाएगा. इसमें स्ट्राइक डाउन होने का संभावना नहीं है. और जो ओएम, जो ऑफिस मेमोरेंडम जो निकला है इसके लिए, जो सिविल सर्वेंट के लिए, वो चीज़ सर अगर उस समय निकालते तो आज ये विषय नहीं होता, अगर जजेस के ऊपर निकालते. तो इसलिए मैं आश्वासन देना चाहता हूँ इस हाउस को कि इसमें जस्ट एनामोली है और इस एनामोली को ठीक करने के लिए हमने ये एक छोटा सा अमेंडमेंट लिया है.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah made a statement in Parliament on the Nagaland firing incident. He said the government regretted the unfortunate incident in Nagaland in which 14 people, including a security personnel, died. Meanwhile, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh made a statement in Parliament on the crash of military chopper, which was carrying Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat and 13 others.
Calling the incident a case of mistaken identity, Home Minister said a special investigation team has been set up to probe the matter and will submit report within a month. He also said all agencies have been asked to ensure that such incidents are not repeated.
स्थानीय प्रशासन और पुलिस ने स्थिति को सामान्य करने के प्रयास किए हैं. अभी स्थिति तनावपूर्ण लेकिन नियंत्रण में बनी हुई है. इस मामले को राज्य अपराध पुलिस स्टेशन को जांच के लिए सौंप दिया गया है. इस संदर्भ में एक विशेष जांच टीम एसआईटी का गठन किया गया है, जिसे 1 माह के अंदर जांच पूरी करने के निर्देश दिए गए हैं. प्रभावित क्षेत्र में किसी और अप्रिय घटना को रोकने के लिए अतिरिक्त बलों की तैनाती कर दी गई है. सेना की 3 कोर मुख्यालय द्वारा एक प्रेस वक्तव्य जारी किया गया है, जिसमें निर्दोष नागरिकों की दुखद मृत्यु के घटनाक्रम पर अत्यधिक दुख सेना द्वारा व्यक्त किया गया है. सेना द्वारा इन दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण मृत्यु के कारणों की जांच उच्चतम स्तर पर की जा रही है और कानून के अनुसार समुचित कार्यवाही की जाएगी।
Also making a statement in Parliament, Defence Minister said that Indian Air Force has ordered a tri-service inquiry into the military chopper crash. The investigation will be led by Air Marshal Manvendra Singh. The Indian Air Force helicopter carrying CDS General Bipin Rawat, his wife Madhulika and other armed force personnel crashed near Kurnool in Tamil Nadu after losing contact with the Sulur control room.
एयर चीफ मार्शल श्री वी.आर. चौधरी को घटनास्थल पर दुर्घटना की सूचना प्राप्त होने पर कल ही भेज दिया गया है। उन्होंने घटनास्थल एवं वेलिंगटन हॉस्पिटल जाकर स्थिति का जायजा लिया। इस दुर्घटना के संबंध में इंडियन एयर फोर्स द्वारा एयर मार्शल मानवेंद्र सिंह की अध्यक्षता में एक ट्राई सर्विस इंक्वायरी के आदेश दे दिए गए हैं।
Two short duration discussions under Rule 193 were held in Lok Sabha on COVID-19 pandemic and various aspects related to climate change. In the Rajya Sabha, one discussion on the situation arising out of cases of Omicron variant of COVID-19 virus in the country was also held.
Well, that's all we have for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sansad TV. Namaskar.